The Denver Mint, one of the anomaly mints in U.S. history because of one particular series, the dollar itself. The very first ever Morgan was in 1921, and the very first peace dollar was in 1922, back-to-back years. How's that for firsts? Well, tonight, finally, first time in over a year, they're back in stock. Let's have some fun. As referenced, the Morgan dollar itself, the fabled silver dollar of the Wild West, was introduced in 1878 through 1904, those 27 years consecutive. And then New Orleans closes and Denver opens in that short period after that. And then with the peace dollar being brought to the forefront in the 1920s, yet it wasn't ready yet, late part of 1921, they make a Denver Morgan. So the 21 Denver, the coin you're looking at right there, is the very last year of issue in the Morgan dollar series, but the first coin from the Denver Mint in the series. And then the peace dollar, the very first was out in 1921 late in the year. They only made it for a couple of weeks to 21 high relief, you might remember. And then they launched the P, the D, and the S in 1922. So we have the very first Morgan dollar from Denver in 21 and the very first peace dollar from Denver in 22, back-to-back years. Now, the other part that makes it unique is the fact that they didn't make dollars up until this coin at the Denver Mint. So the D mint mark above the D and the O in dollar you're seeing at the bottom of the coin here is tiny. Many believe it was a $0.50. And then on this particular coin, you see the word $1, find the tail all the way to the end, and that same small mint mark is right there. Almost looks like a speck, even though we're watching this on a 50-inch TV, right? But that is the Denver Mint. So again, in history, first coin Morgan, first coin peace, back-to-back years, nobody else can talk about it. Now let's talk about these two coins, shall we? The 1921 Morgan, the last year of issue, brought back to make coins for the silver that was left over from the Pittman Act, right? The Pittman Act was 1918. They destroyed 60% of all Morgans up to that point to use the silver for the efforts of World War I, us and our allies. When the war was over, we got to put them back in the silver coin, ergo the Morgan dollar. They made a P, a D, and an S in 1921. But the lowest mintage figure of the year was the Denver Mint. Continuing into peace dollars, they fixed the high relief issue, and in 1922, all three mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, are making the peace dollar for the first time. The lowest minted coin of 1922 happens to also be the Denver coin. So you're getting the last Morgan, lowest mintage figure, Denver. First branch mint ever, right, in the peace dollar series, and it's the lowest mintage as well for that year. So it's just a nice little extra. Now, the quality, you can see it, everybody. These are gorgeous uncirculated specimens. We kicked out about 40% of this group just because slight discolorization and or the little bag marks that will show up on 6061 graded coins were all in the wrong places, you know, on the cheek line of peace and or Morgan. But look at this on the reverse. You can see the breast feathers very clearly, and that is the high point on the reverse of the Morgan dollar. Now let's have some fun. So we have the unique story of the first Morgan, first peace, right? We have the factual scenario of it's the lowest minted coin of each year. The lowest Morgan, the 21D. The lowest peace, the 22D. The P's and the S's are higher for both of these two coins. Now, in uncirculated condition, our competition, well, that's another story. The Morgan dollar, they're at $149.95. We're $80 less. And the peace dollar, they're $165 and change. Even more. Significant savings. We're less than half on both of these. As referenced when I introduced this coin, this is the first time we've had this pair available in over a year. Of the two, that 21D is the pain. A little bit more difficult than the 21 Morgan, but they're both very special. I mean, the end of an era, the beginning of an era in one mint is pretty cool. That's the 21D. Now let's take a time out. Fast forward, shall we? Fast forward. The 2021 and the 100th anniversary of the last Morgan I peace dollar. The U.S. Mint made 175,000 Morgans, all 5 mints, which means there's 175,000 Denvers. And they made 200,000 peace dollars, but they only made one of those. This year, 2023, in a matter of weeks, July, they're releasing the 2023 uncirculated Morgan and Peace, only Phillies. Then later this year, late fall, they're going to release the proof coins. Those will be San Francisco's, and then there'll be a reverse proof later in the year. They're not making another Denver coin, which is unique, isn't it? Now, those coins from 2021, can you find a Denver coin under $250 today of the Morgan dollar? And there's 175,000 of them that we know exist in the last 2 years alone. That's how many they made, that's how many were sold, and they're gone. Everybody, the phones are very busy right now. Lots of people buying the pair. I appreciate that. Remember, avccoins.com. 24/7, 365. It's there to help us out. So if you're watching us and you're parking things into your shopping cart, great idea. We will let you know when we're close to a sellout, so that way you're not going to get pinched and then you watch for a couple of hours and you try to check out and you just can't because the coin gets stuck because it's sold out, which does happen often. Normally every night we sell a third to a half of our products out, and these are well on their way. But again, the story is the best of the best, right? It's the first year, it's the last Morgan, but it's the first Denver. It's the first year of branch mint peace dollars. Both of them have the lowest mintage figure of the year for the respective coins. And our competition's way north. Guys, we got to put a 1-minute clock up. We're down to single digits. So if you are with us right now online, that would be avccoins.com. I told you I'd let you know. I'm letting you know. We are very close on the Denver peace dollar to being sold out. So if it's in your shopping cart, push it through. We would love it if we could talk you into something else later in the show. Just call us back. Let the operator know it's there. So that way you don't miss out. But tonight, this one is special. Again, one time in U.S. history, that's 225 plus years going strong, that the U.S. Mint had a silver dollar, first one ever made, 1 year of one design, and the next year, a new design. That would be the 21 Morgan D-Mint, 22 peace dollar D-Mint. They both happen to be the lowest minted coin of the year in the family, PD and S. These are uncirculated specimens, and our competition's 149 to 165. This is just one heck of a way to get involved. They're special. Thanks for joining us, but I gotta be moving on.